Hi, this is Kevin. I'm a retired firehouse cook. I've been hungry for some donuts, so I thought I'd make them myself instead of going to the bakery down the street. So I have one egg, and I'm going to put in 1 tablespoon of sugar. I'm just going to mix those two together. Okay. Now I'm going to put in 2¼ teaspoons of yeast. In here I have 1 cup or 240 milliliters of buttermilk. Now you can use whole milk, 2%. I wouldn't go any lower than that. I just like the flavor of buttermilk. Okay, I've already have it weighed. This is 3 cups or 380 grams of flour. Okay, I'm going to pour this on the counter. I'm going to put a little bit of flour down. Not much, just so it doesn't stick that much to the counter. And I'm going to work it in. I'm going to put it back in the bowl that I mixed it in. And I'm going to let it rise for 30 minutes to an hour. I'll cover it with plastic wrap. Cover it with a towel. Okay, it's been an hour. So we're going to take the dough out. And I have a little bit of flour on the counter. Here I have 5 tablespoons of butter. And on the butter, I sprinkled about 1/2 teaspoon of salt, maybe a little bit less. And I'm going to mix that all together while I'm kind of pushing it in the flour. And I'm going to knead it pretty hard and stretch it for probably 2 or 3 minutes. I really want to incorporate the butter. This really mix it well. I really don't want a lot of flour on it, just enough so it doesn't stick to the counter. Okay, once you got that ball, you're going to put it in you can use oil. I use cook and spray. And I'm just spinning it around in that so the oil or the spray is all around it. And I'm going to cover it with that plastic wrap. And I'm going to let it rise until it doubles in size. But I am going to bring up 280 milliliters of milk. And I'm just going to warm it up till it just gets a simmer, just light bubbles around the edges. And here I have 3 eggs, and I'm going to just put the egg yolks in a bowl. We have 45 grams of sugar. I'm going to mix that up. All right, I got 15 grams of flour. So I'm going to use just about 1/2 teaspoon. But if I had the extract, I probably would do at least 1, if not 2 teaspoons. Is at a light simmer. And I'm going to temper the eggs. So I'm just going to put a little bit in there. Pour everything back into the pan. Okay, so we're going to stir this constantly and until it thickens. We're going to put it in a bowl. We're going to push the plastic wrap all the way down till it rests on the custard. 260 milliliters of milk. And we have our 3 eggs. And we'll put 3 egg whites in here again. And here we have 45 grams of sugar. We're going to mix that. All right, we'll add the cornstarch, 15 grams. Now I have 55 grams of chocolate. And I'm going to go ahead and pour it in the milk. And we're going to melt the chocolate. We're going to pour it in the egg mixture and temper it, just like we did with the custard. Whisk. In about 2 hours, I'm punching the dough down. And I'm just going to put down a little bit of flour. And just going to coat it just ever so slightly. I made each dough between 75 and 80 grams. So I'm just rolling the balls in a circle just to round them up. And if there's any gap, I'm just pinching it closed. All right, now I'm going to cover them again and let them rise for probably another 30 minutes. I got the oil at 350 degrees. I'm just going to cook them until they're brown on the bottom, and then we'll roll them over. It shouldn't take but a couple minutes. And I'm going to roll them in sugar. Let's make sure our oil is still up at temperature. Yep. Kind of move it around a little bit. They take a little bit of work, but they're fresh. They taste just as good as a bakery. This chocolate custard is fantastic. It's very easy to make. Give these a try. Enjoy.